Love him or hate him, he's already got people talking about the 2026 U.S. Senate election here in Nebraska. Dan Osborn takes a stop in Gering on Sunday. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, U.S. Senate candidate Dan Osborn brought his listening tour to the Panhandle this weekend as he lays the groundwork for a run against Republican Senator Pete Ricketts. Midday Sunday, around 60 people sat in at the Gering Civic Center for a town hall where Osborn, a lifelong independent, discussed his stances on the issues and fielded a number of questions. Osborn said initially his family was against him running for Senate again, but that changed after his 22-year-old daughter told him she didn't think she would ever become a homeowner.
I was like, man, and I looked it up. The average age for a new homeowner in this country is 38. That's certainly not my parents' and my grandparents' generation's numbers. And the average house price in this country is over $400,000. So we do have a younger generation, for a multitude of reasons, they're starting to feel hopeless. And, that's one of the reasons at the end we decided we have to do this.
Osborn said there needs to be a discussion on the transfer of wealth in the country, campaign finance reform, and voters need to take a stand against the rise in corporatism in America.
Finally say, no, we are not going to be, a corporate-controlled country anymore. I mean, Mussolini started that in Italy. And that's what that word means. It means control, corporate state. That's what fascism means, corporate state. And it's hard for me to not see the corporations and the power that they have.
He said there's a helplessness in our young adults not present in prior generations, and that's something that must be addressed. Osborn ran a surprisingly successful campaign last fall against incumbent Deb Fischer, where he garnered 46.65% of the votes and hopes to exceed those expectations in the fall of 2026. Well, an alliance man has been arrested and is now facing charges including first and third degree sexual assault of a child. Court records say that 73-year-old Thomas Weindel was taken into custody following a capstone interview with a girl stating he had been abusing her since she was 8 years old. Weindel was arraigned on a trio of felony charges last Tuesday, with initial bond set at $100,000 at 10%. He'll be back in court on October 7th for an appearance with counsel. We'll have more news right after this.
Whether you're gardening, searching for the perfect vacation home, or planning your next travel destination, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisors, Jody Rosiska and Kevin Figg, get to know you, your passions, and your vision for the future, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Welcome back. During an assembly in Lincoln yesterday, Governor Jim Pillen was joined by Congress members Adrian Smith and Mike Flood in announcing Nebraska's intent to opt into the new federal scholarship tax credit. This initiative was included in the One Big Beautiful Bill signed into law by President Trump on July 4th. Starting in 2027, it allocates up to $1,700 a year in federal tax credits to individuals who donate to organizations providing scholarships for K-12 students to attend private and religious schools. The Nebraska State Education Association and the group Stand for Schools both issued statements against the move, saying public dollars, whether state or federal, should always go towards public school funding. They also say this is exactly what Nebraska voters repealed in the November general election with referendum 435, which in turn eliminated the education scholarship program for students to attend private schools. Well, Advocates for All Nebraskans has launched the petition drive. That's the second part of their Apple Plan, a comprehensive initiative to provide property tax relief and create a sustainable funding model for public schools. The second initiative would address school funding by establishing a state-level minimum base salary of $50,000 for every certified public school teacher to be paid in quarterly block grants. During the announcement at the State Capitol Rotunda on Monday, State Board of Education member Kirk Penner, speaking in a personal capacity, said the teacher funding mandate isn't unprecedented, as something similar is already in place in 30 other states.
Arkansas passed the LEARNS Act, which mandates a minimum teacher salary of $50,000. Idaho's Career Ladder plan sets its minimum starting at over $50,000. And Illinois has a law that gradually increases their minimum salary from $40,000 with automatic inflationary adjustments.
AFAN registered agent Eric Underwood said the statutory amendment would make much of the state school aid formula known as TIOSA obsolete by ensuring funding to every district on top of existing per-student foundational aid. The new effort would build on the petition drive announced last month, which would reduce the taxable valuation of real property from full value to 50% and ag and horticultural land from 75% to 37.5%.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scotts Bluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least one float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Chad Moyer with you in an update on Cattle Call. Now, earlier in the day on Cattle Call, we talked with Brad Koima from Koima and Varlick at Sioux Center, Iowa, about this idea that was floated initially by USDA late last week in connection with that announcement of New World screwworm being within 70 miles of the U.S. border. There was some discussion at that point about, hey, could the USDA incentivize the expansion of the cattle herd here in the United States? Well, breaking news as the Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins is participating in a roundtable at an Outlook forum in Kansas City. She kind of quelled that a little bit, brought it in a little bit. At the gathering in Kansas City, Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins says, "We have no current plans to offer any payment to beef producers. We'll see how the government is getting involved and how they can kind of distort the markets when they do that. And so as of this morning, again, USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins saying, no, there will be no government incentive payments to expand the beef herd. Thanks to Reuters for help getting the word out on that. Just wanted to make sure you are aware. Thanks for following us on Cattle Call. I'm Chad Moyer.
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors, the customers say it best, and they feel the difference every day.
Very happy with it. Very, very happy. I don't get tired of looking at them. And it's so nice with the breeze now, opening the windows, the ease of sliding the windows back and forth. Notice that it is warmer in the winter time, and it is cooler when the sun is shining in.
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors, the customers say it best. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, October marks the return of the Pink Patch Project from many law enforcement agencies across the country and the state of Nebraska. And Nebraska state troopers will be wearing pink NSP patches to honor breast cancer fighters. The effort coincides with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Pink Patch Project is a national campaign in which many law enforcement officers wear a pink version of their agency's shoulder patch This is the 8th year that the NSP has participated. Throughout October, troopers have the option to replace the standard NSP patch with a pink patch, and the NSP pink patch features the NSP emblem in pink and black. Pink NSP patches are available for purchase by NSP civilian employees and members of the public at the Troop E office in Scottsbluff for just $10. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.